Caitlin Clark owns the Chicago Sky. Since she's entered the league, she destroys them. But when you see J.C. Sheldon and Dejanay Carrington on the same team, you know there's going to be some dirty plays. Caitlin Clark was fouled nearly the entire game. And of course, the ref number 32, he doesn't call anything. But it boiled over when Sophie Cunningham was on a breakaway, goes up for a layup, and gets her head taken off. This is probably a planned attack on Sophie Cunningham from all the WNBA players, since she stands up for what she believes in, even though it's not popular for the league that she's playing in. And for Dejanay Carrington, who got ejected from the game, to say that it is white privilege, that's not how this league works. I promise you that. And then Caitlin Clark gets fouled twice. The refs don't call it. And the foul that was committed on Caitlin Clark, the momentum from that foul caused Caitlin Clark to make contact with the official. Then the official called a technical on Caitlin Clark, which was her 8th technical, which means that she'd be suspended Tuesday versus the New York Liberty. We've seen Caitlin Clark get a technical for clapping, for playing around, kicking the ball like a soccer ball. Now, the referees miss a call, and she gets a technical for literally nothing. But that's enough of me talking. Let's get into the highlights. The last 7 games, Caitlin Clark averaging 26 points, 9 assists on 50% shooting. And after this game, you could make it the last 8 games. Haters. Caitlin to AB to Michaela Timpson. Back to AB with the bucket. And we're moving the ball. Kelsey Mitchell, one of her 2 assists on the night, finds Aaliyah Boston. This is the first foul. Look at this. She just reaching in there, grabbing Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark still managed to get out of the paint, which was amazing in itself. But this guy is watching all these fouls go down the whole game. Off the inbound pass, Caitlin Clark to Kelsey Mitchell. Then Caitlin Clark just playing around with Sheldon. She knew from the jump, give me the ball, I want to go at J.C. Sheldon. Aaliyah Boston started off this game on fire. Then Caitlin Clark hits a ridiculous 3 in the corner to get things started. Miss a foul too. I don't know why this guy doesn't call anything. But that's body-to-body contact, the arm coming down, you name it. Another look at that 3 ball in the corner. And then Caitlin Clark finds Aaliyah Boston. Great find. Caitlin Clark. This is a foul too. Look at this. She's not fast enough for Clark, so she, with her right arm, grabs Caitlin Clark's shoulder. It was easy to see from this angle, but luckily I got the real angle from the review, where you see Sheldon's arm on Caitlin Clark's left shoulder when she goes up for the shot. And then Michaela Timpson to Aaliyah Boston. We got the points anyways. Let's go. And then they call this. After Caitlin Clark's been hit like 4 times. It's the same thing as always. Caitlin Clark will get hit the entire game just like she did there, but makes the right play. Like, these officials are against her all game long. And this is what I'm talking about. Leah Boston, she obviously wanted that ball. But it happens like 5 times with Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell this game. But Caitlin Clark is a walking dime. That's how she ends up with 11 assists. Look at this. She takes everybody's defenders and gets everybody open looks. And this is the crap I'm talking about. This is a targeted attack on Sophie Cunningham. It's happened every game the last 3 games. Since, look at Stephanie White's face. At least Stephanie White's starting to get pissed off. She actually challenged a play last game for Caitlin Clark. She got a technical this game, and you could tell she was pissed off at Sophie Cunningham getting hit. And I'm not a Stephanie White fan, but at least I'm hoping she comes around by the time the playoffs start. Monique Billings with a nice step back fadeaway. And then Kelsey Mitchell wanted the ball, and Ty Harris did not give it to her to end the quarter. Another one where Caitlin Clark wanted AB to pass her the ball and she didn't do it. And here we go. Another one. Aaliyah Boston is not giving the ball to Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark's like Just give me the ball. I have JC Sheldon on me. I could score at will. Another one where Aaliyah Boston on the inbounds pass gives it to Raven Johnson instead of her. I mean, it happened like 4 times in a row. And I'm not trying to talk crap about AB. I'm just saying, when she has JC Sheldon on her, she's a walking bucket. Raven Johnson with the nice finish down low. And then Caitlin Clark finds Timpson, who finds Boston, who finds Mitchell. We didn't get the basket, but that's good ball movement. That's what we want to do. Gets hit again. Look at Caitlin Clark. Hit for like the 10th time. And we're just getting started. Finds Timpson down low anyways. Timpson makes a sweet finish. Way to use that touch around the rim. Then Aaliyah Boston to Kelsey Mitchell. And then here we go, Kelsey Mitchell, another one. She went on an 8-0 run herself. Caitlin Clark with another inbounds pass to Kelsey Mitchell. They've done this all season long. And then she finally throws it to Caitlin Clark, but she actually threw it to the sky. And then Caitlin Clark takes things into her own hands and hits the bank. I don't think she called it, and the banks aren't open this late on Saturday. And you can see in her face, she's as surprised as we all were that banked in. And Timpson runs the court. If you run the court on this team, you're going to get the ball. And I love that pass from Kelsey Mitchell. Look at this. They finally called one, but this happened the entire game. And then this another foul on Caitlin Clark. But when you watch it in slow motion, look at this. She hooks her with her left arm, elbows Caitlin in the chest, so Caitlin Clark nudges her from behind. Like, if anything, she initiated the contact first. And then Kelsey Mitchell with the floater in the lane. Oh my gosh, this move was awesome. All over JC Sheldon. Then finds Kelsey Mitchell, and Kelsey Mitchell with the left-handed finish off the glass. And then, oh my gosh, she missed this, but I just had to put in the highlights. That move was nasty. Look at that, behind the back, under the legs, off the glass. And then here we go again, Caitlin Clark. Look at the behind the back pass. We got everything this game. The pistol Pete, no look, behind the back pass, and then the steal. She's done this back-to-back games, a steal, which leads to a fast break. She's doing it on both ends, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Timpson with a huge block. Our defense was good today. Caitlin Clark will take that turnover. I mean, she leads Kelsey Mitchell. It usually works out when she does this. And look at Timpson. She's taking 2 players with her everywhere she goes, so everybody's open. I like Timpson in the starting lineup. I like it a lot. Lexi Hall, she had 5 points on the night. It was good to see her knock down a 3. Look at this pass. Whips it in. That was a nice finish from Monique Billings. And then this will be a turnover for Caitlin Clark on the box score, but she hits Hines Allen in the hands. And then Caitlin Clark asking for the ball. Kelsey Mitchell, I love Kelsey Mitchell, but she just doesn't look for anybody. That's why she ends up with 2 assists and Caitlin ends up with 11. Ooh, Caitlin Clark leaving the defender. I love this move. Watch this. And then goes all the way around, comes back to her spot at the 3-point line in front of the Sky bench and says, give me all 3 of those. And this is the stupid technical. Gets bumped once. Watch this hip. Gets bumped twice. All the way into the referee. Luckily stays in bounds. Makes the pass. And that's what led her to make contact with the ref. And then she got a technical. Caitlin Clark said, there is no way they're not rescinding this. But it's Caitlin Clark. So I will not believe it until I see it. I want to see her play in New York. But to call a technical on that is just crazy. She says, for what? I didn't do anything. You missed the call, you big dummy. But Dejanay Carrington, oh, white privilege. Are you kidding me? And then Stephanie White got a technical. She is finally standing up for Caitlin Clark. It's a miracle. It is a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a challenge, the first one of the season last game, and now a technical for Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell with this steal. And then the fourth quarter, ooh-wee. Dropping more dimes. If you run the court. If you make a cut, if you move without the basketball, you're getting the ball. And then Caitlin Clark from the Aaliyah Boston pass, you just pass it to her. When she is on, give her the rock, because she does that for her teammates. And then look at this. Natasha Cloud gets a technical for making fun of the bald guy's head, the referees. And then Kelsey Mitchell with the sweet finish. This game was crazy. And then Kelsey Mitchell misses. Caitlin Clark was asking for the ball again. But see, Caitlin Clark doesn't care. Watch what she does. She'll find Kelsey Mitchell, pick up her 10th assist, and watch this. She knows she's hot, so she finds her again. Back to back. When somebody's hot, feed them. And she pointed to her like, let's go. You got me. Thank you so much. But look at this. Natasha Cloud fouls her twice. She holds her, puts her arm on her hip while she's about to shoot the ball. Do you think number 32 called it a foul? Heck no. Like, Caitlin Clark had 26 and 11. Look at this. Right through Michaela Timpson's hands. But it'll be a turnover for Clark. I think they should change that rule. Half of Clark's turnovers, at least half of them, are just people that can't catch the ball. And Aaliyah Boston with a sweet finish. Then Caitlin Clark. Look at this pass to Kelsey Mitchell. She couldn't hold on to the ball. And look at this foul. Like, she did this like 5 times. Sheldon, they didn't call it. But watch, it'll happen again. Like, this is crazy. I don't understand how they don't call fouls for Caitlin Clark. This was so clutch. Up by 4, Kelsey Mitchell hits the dagger to end things. But watch this. A foul. Watch this. A foul. And then they finally call. See, she fouled her twice. 1, 2 right here. And they finally call it right here, the 3rd time. It took 3 fouls to call it once. And I was so glad to see that free throw go through the net. And then she gets taken out with an illegal screen. Like, they didn't call it. Look at this. Foot out, illegal screen. It's crazy.